Hello, I'm Jeffrey Louis. I'm presenting. Uh,
You have a lot of noise at the background.
okay. Is it better?
Yeah, little. You know what caused that?
It's my fan noise.
Oh yeah, it sounds like. Can you stop that fan?
I don't think I can.
Okay, they're gonna. All right. Okay. All right from beginning.
Okay. I'm Jeffrey Louis. I'm presenting the life of Johannes S. Bach. He was a popular classical musician, and he was an influential musician who composed a lot of songs for church and for his religion. He was born in 1685 in Germany. He was in a very large family. He was the eighth child of his father. He, at a young age, he picked up learning various different instruments. He was very skilled at them. The instruments he played included the piano, the organ, and the violin. And in 1703, he graduated from primary school. And when he was graduating, he looked for a job relating to his knowledge of instruments, and through this, he became the new church's organist in August of 1703. As a teenager, he was able to demonstrate his skill in playing musical instruments as he learned to play the organ. He also learned how to play piano and how to excel at this instrument. His first work was in 1708 when he composed Prelude and Fugue in C major of organ, and he used this ability to advance his career and later life, write more pieces, and compose more music. In 1706, he composed another piece called The Well Tempered Clavier, was pretty revolutionary at the time to compose a piece like that because it included two books of 24 moves and it was a long piece. It would take several hours to play. Um, he began work on the small organ book in the city of Weimar. It includes traditional Lutheran floor melodies. In 1713, he was offered a job in Hull when he advised the authorities on a renovation of the organ of his church. In 1717, he was taught by Prince Leopold of Germany. He gave him advice on how to play the organ and how to play the piano, and through this, he used it to write more music and compose more songs. The prince was a Calvinist who was religious and supported Christianity. It used various pieces of uh, classical music to write the music he composed. In his 20s, Bach was in his prime, and he produced countless pieces. Some of the most well-known pieces that are recognized today include all Ego Clyde Donner Awards, which is a church song, and he wrote a lot of songs for the organ and a lot of songs that worshipped God. And in his later years, when his health was declining, he still wrote many songs for the organ and for the violin. He he died in 1750 in Western Germany, but in his later years, he did write a large amount of pieces, including the 733 Gloria Mass for Dresden. He also was pretty instrumental to teaching young composers like Mozart, who took a lot of inspiration from him in his music style.
You're muted. You done?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Jeffrey. Oh, I'm so proud Jeffrey is from my church. Okay. In what grade again, Jeffrey?
I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade. Okay. All right. So why we talk about Bach? Because that today we going to talk about beauty, arts, and entertainment. Okay. You can see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me adjust this first. Finally, I got a Microsoft PowerPoint. For a long time, I don't want to use Microsoft, but now I have to. Okay, I already posted the link to apply for the certificate. All right. So if you want to get the certificate, at least attend 8 online sections and then look at make up for the miss. If you can make it to 8 online, let me know. Okay, always has special grace, and you complete. I don't know much homework. It's finish reading the book. Next week we're gonna have a simple final. Okay. You won't fail, but just need to take it. All right, and then submit a 1-page report. Just see how great the class and how great the teacher. No, okay. Just see what you learn from this class. Okay, I give you 2 weeks. All right, you don't want to drag it too long. I know we got a lot of new things to move on. Okay, so if you're done, oh yeah, I'll put my email. You can send it to me. All right, then we're going to give you a e-copy. Okay, you can print it out, a certificate. Okay. All right. Today's we're going to cover beauty. Let's save the world. Chapter 40 to 43. Vandermeer. Is that Vandermeer? Do you know this guy? He is the emperor of back then Russian. He wanted to start a new religion, try to unify his country. So he sent us many delegates to different regions to check out what are their religions and which one they pick. Do you know?
Christianity?
But particularly which Christianity? This is in Russia.
Orthodox.
Orthodox, yes, okay. Then if you, probably you don't know that. Hey, actually, last year after the Worldview, I have a church history class. I know you're interested. But yeah, the Christianity have a Protestant, that's us, and then Catholic Church, and then Orthodox Church. And it's very interesting. Do you know why? What is the reason he chose Orthodox? He sent a delegate to check out the Catholic Church, to check out the Muslim, to check out the Judaism, and then, but he finally decided on Orthodox. Anyone want to guess why he chose that?
Because a lot of people were Orthodox.
A lot of people? I don't know that particular.
Because
Were their churches pretty?
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
is it because Orthodox, like like Orthodox and Catholic, their teaching is like slightly different. Is it because he
yeah,
like think it fits more into the big picture?
yeah. That's like different. But someone say the church is beauty. Wow, you learn about this? Oh, let me show you what's the dedicate. Come back to see. Okay, this said there's a dedicate to come back. The messenger come back to report to king, the prince. Okay, then we went to Constantinople, and they led us to the place where they worship their God. And we knew not whether we were in heaven or earth. For on earth there is no such vision nor beauty, and we do not know how to describe it. We only know that God dwells among them. We cannot forget that beauty. Wow, isn't it interesting? And do you know what do they see in Constantinople? What can you see in Constantinople? Where they worship the Lord? Anybody know?
Hagia Sophia.
Yeah, probably some parent knows been there. Who been there?
Oh yeah, I did a report on Constantinople. So
Okay,
the Hagia Sophia.
okay. Wow, really? That's my dream. I hope I want to go there. Actually, last year I wanted to go there, but because pandemic. All right. So that is Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. It was a church, okay, but then now it is become a mosque. It kind of sad. And look at the inside. Wow. So that is the beauty that attract them. So beauty has special power. And I quoted from this book, Beauty Will Save the World. Interesting, he said, the author, we all like apologetics, right? Logical argument for the truth of Christianity, which is very important, right? We're going to defend why there is a God, why God is good, why okay, a lot of this. And also talk about ethics, the moral goodness of Christianity, right? So truth, good, and aesthetics, the study of beauty, the experience of the beautiful. And this is something that has special power. It can bypass that mind, go direct to your heart. So, in college, our school require everybody take a liberal art class. That's in Taiwan back then. We are the only school need to do that. Although I studied engineering, so I took aesthetics. I really like it, you know. And so in seminary, I took one again. I wish I can take more and do more study on that. So beauty is always the subject I really like to dig into more. And I think more related to today's of young people. I probably most of you like arts, right? So let's see this arts and entertainment. Now, arts and entertainment must include all forms of celebration. For example, art, music, sport, entertainment. It is a society arena where value and virtue are are celebrated or distorted. Isn't it? Isn't the truth? Art is entertainment. It's where we celebrate, we promote, we think what is good, what is good value, virtues. The way we define art has power to shape our culture. The music we listen to, the image we print in our minds, the stories we tell, all have enormous power over the kind of people we are. They both express and shape our beliefs and values. Right? Tell me, is it true that if you don't come to this class, probably most of the time, most people going to watch video, right? Especially with COVID, most people are home. Not me. Okay, we hope, right, that we will go pick up the book to read. But most of the time, it's just easier just watch the video, and they shape our values. All right. Uh, so let's see. And even Jesus talk a lot about even talking. Okay, not music. Even just preaching. Jesus also uses story, parables, right? Because a story is more powerful than didactic teaching, right? Okay, so Jacob, go wash dishes, right? Or do your homework. You may not like to listen to. But if your parent tell the story, oh, let me tell you, many years ago, this guy Tommy, he doesn't watch this or in the story, and then wow, that probably you can learn more, right? So story also has a power, and probably young people, you all know this. What's BTS? BTS, huh?
Isn't it a music group?
South Korean band.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Probably you many, especially girls, know this group, right? I have no clue about this group until a couple years ago. I don't know. They came to New York, Flushing, to the Shea Stadium to have a concert, and just happened it's Friday night. And guess what? That night, almost my entire youth group disappeared. And I said, "What happened? What happened tonight?" And as people told me, "Oh, that's a concert there." Okay. Wow! I got noticed that they have such great power. You see, so arts, entertainment has great power. So every time I saw this girl in my church, I always say BTS. She always wear BTS shirt. Everything's BTS, right? So we're going to learn about this from, again, four things on the worldview. That's next week test. We're going to have 4 points of a worldview. What's the first one?
Creation,
Then
Fall,
redemption,
yeah.
restoration.
Okay, very good. So you see, I hope you learn this 4 thing, that everything, when you look at every issue, you can plug into these biblical views. So like now, okay, we talk about arts and entertainment. So let's look at what the Bible said about this, right? And that's my own seeing this. I see God is the greatest artist. Wow, God is artist. Why? Why we say God is the greatest artist? How does God?
Because he created the world.
Ah, yes. You see, creation. Artist creates, right? That's So creation is God's handiwork. Oh, sorry, it goes up. Said, who can read this verse for me? Who's there? I couldn't see anybody now. All right. Jacob, can you read this verse?
Creation is God's handiwork. Psalm 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork.
Okay, thank you. I always like Jacob's this enthusiasm. Whoa, right? He said, the heaven declare the glory of God, and the sky above. No, right? You gotta say, okay. So yes, you see that heaven and earth is God's handiwork, and we see it's great and beauty. God is beauty. I love this verse so much. Let me see who else there. I can. Sophie. Okay, can you read the verse?
Yeah, Psalms 27, verse 4. One thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple.
Okay, so this is give an answer. Very often, I know young people ask me, what do we do in heaven? You wish you can play video game all eternal, right? Oh, unfortunately, you won't.
Turtle.
You won't. Okay? But you have better thing to do. It's to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord. Wow. I don't know what comes to you that when you see what's most beautiful scenery, and that you're going to continue or eternal to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord. So picture that. If you just can take a glimpse of the beauty on the earth, and you're going to see that, and even the more and more and more. All right. So if you go into Hagia Sophia, say, wow, you're going to be wow forever. Okay. I missed one more. Okay. So God is artist, and he's good. His work is good. He's also beauty. So we are created by his image, right? No wonder. Okay, look upon young boy, young girl. You are also beautiful and handsome. Although Bible didn't say we have two eyes, one nose, or something, but when you feel like human beings are so beautiful, you don't need to do any surgery, do all kind of things. Okay, young people, young boy, young girl, you are beautiful. Okay, because you are created by God's image, right? And so, because we are created by God's image, so we also can do what God did to create, to make arts, to do this type of things. Have you ever seen animal who compose a song or do all this art piece?
No.
Right. So only human being can have this capacity because we are created by God's image. And so you see, God also require, okay, as the work to be done beautifully. We just finished reading in a daily devotion, right? We look at the tabernacle, look at the ark. God's given specific dimension, the requirements, and see who need to do that. This is a longer one. Who want to volunteer to read? Let me see. Who want to read that? Darren, can you read?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Exodus 30, chapter 31, verse 1. The Lord said to Moses, see, I have called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God, with ability and intelligence, with knowledge in all craftsmanship, to devise artistic designs, to work in gold, silver, and bronze, in cutting stones for setting, and in carving wood, to work in every craft. And behold, I have appointed with him Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, and I have given to all able men ability, that they may make all that I have commanded you. According to all that I have commanded you, they shall do.
Okay. So God wants all these people, when they do design for ark of a tabernacle, they need to do it with God's spirit, wisdom, ability, so they can make beautiful pieces. So, okay, whatever we do, remember, not just get it done, but we want to do it beautifully. Anybody know this guy, David Liu? Nobody? Oh, in the West. Huh? Anybody know him? Nobody? Wow. I should invite him again. Actually, I invited him to New York before. It's very, very interesting and funny guy. He is artist. He drew, you see that? Lion King. Lion King is his piece. Disney's Lion King. Okay? Alright? He drew that. He designed that. And an amazing story. For Chinese, probably most of the parents don't want you to become a full-time artist, right? Oh, you cannot make money with that. And he said when he was young, he never be a good student, never. He always failed. And then so his parents sent him to. He grew up in Taiwan, but when he was elementary, I don't know, or junior high, the parents sent him to Florida to study in America because hope he can do better. And then, but he doesn't know much English. And I talk about discrimination. I talk about this. He's always something, but he never get into those type of so bad that we know. He said people will make fun of him, because back then not many Chinese. Okay, and then of course people all know that Most famous Chinese back then is who? Even now, if you think of a Kung Fu guy, do you know who is that? The very famous Chinese
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, yes. Okay. So everybody, so back then, everybody see a Chinese say, do you know Kung Fu? Okay. And then he doesn't know English, okay? And he just say, I said, oh yeah, if you want to defend yourself, so, oh yes, I know Kung Fu. And he said, what degree you have? You know that, and then what type of color is the belt? Okay, what belt is? I didn't know. He said, oh, black. Oh, people got scared. You black belt? Okay. And then what degree are you? Say, and he doesn't know what that means. He said, look at the hole. He said, oh, that's 8 holes. He said, 8. Wow. Isn't it so funny that but anyway, the main story is that he doesn't know his life purpose until his teacher discovered his talent of drawing, and that changed his life and encouraged him to continue to draw. And later on, he worked for Disney and was very, very successfully. But at his peak, he quit and started his own studio called Kindle. Means you can do, okay? And he wanted to do all this for God. So he's doing a lot of this work and do his own story, and he wanted to make it to the movie. So he has this book, and he said, don't be the number one, but be the only one. Okay? You are the only one. Nobody can replace you. So you need to find out your talents, especially if your talent is in arts and or entertainment. Is not being a good doctor, lawyer, these traditional things. All right. So God give you the special talent. Don't be number one, but be the only one. So for Christian, the arts are also the important way to understand God and His creation. The art gives us ear to hear and eye to see more clearly, right? Yeah, you can listen to preaching, both through art, music, through enhanced by the video, movie. You hope through all this, hope the artist will help people to see God clearly, not even further away. Okay, so the art was designed to lead people to know God, right? But that purpose and function has disappeared. And what happened? How have we lost a sense of art's high dignity and purpose? Probably most of the people, now you think about arts and entertainment, you won't think about God, right? You turn on the TV, you watch a video, probably not that many, okay? Thank God there's still some, right? Also called Christian music, Christian movie, but in general, we won't see that. And that's what happened. Especially this is in America. That's in 1930. A producer of 20th Century Fox in 1930 wrote to several evangelical colleges, asked them to send their graduate to become screenwriter to help make good, wholesome movies. The response was alarming. One college president wrote back saying he'd rather send their young people to hell itself than send them to Hollywood. Wow, pretty sad, right? And that's why Hollywood, what they produce, no longer glorify God, because people don't know God there. And because church withdraw. So reason why we have a class about Christian worldview is we hope to equip you not only know the Bible well, not only do well in the church, but you want to expand the influence in all areas of our life. Okay, yeah. So the change becomes idea. Again, ideas have what? Ideas have what?
Consequences.
Thank you. Wow. I mean, you can pass next week's final. From objectivism to subjectivism. Very often we will see the art, we say, oh, that's very subjective, right? But think about it. Why is that the objective mean originally is all objectives, all right? And that want to follow to present God's beauty. But then when people replace God, they want to do whatever they want. And then beginning in 19th century, Romantic movement, the artists became idolized, and art itself became a sugargate for religion. Wow, art finds its highest form not in interpreting reality, but in creating something completely new and imaginary. Remember, we talk about all the ideas. Actually, it's all religions, okay? Because without God, everything going to turn to God, and especially in art, you want to present yourself. You want to present something without God. Especially you want to shock and disturb. I don't want to show all this image. You go to modern art museum, you go to all this museum, right? Sometimes you wonder, wow, that could be an art piece also. And in the Chuck Colson's book even mentioned some funny story. There's some people just random and do something and people say, oh, this is great, and then put it in the museum. You see that? Or you can see a lot of orchestra piece become just a street noise, right? It just make you feel uncomfortable. Whatever make you more shocking, whatever make you more disturbing, that is better. Become this way. All right. So when you look at this high culture and pop culture, can someone help me to answer what is high culture? What do you mean by high culture? Anybody? Or have you heard about this term? Is there someone still there? Only me here now?
No.
Okay, that's a problem in the room. Yeah. Okay, what's high culture? Anybody want to guess?
Classic music.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so that's on the, let's say a sonnet or a symphony has a complex structure. They take some effort to understand. Okay, it means it takes some effort. It changes us. We have to work to appreciate. So you probably need to take a course, or you need to study Shakespeare, or do all these things, and to understand the art. Okay, I honestly, I'm not the best qualified person to talk about art, and okay, I'm not an art person, and I didn't know how a lot is, but I really appreciate when I grew up in church. My church is very musical, so we sang, even in high school, we always sang entire Handel Messiah. Wow, we sang it many times, and we have chance to experience that. I grew up in the choir and sing so many songs, and then in college I was choir manager. We sing even more classical music piece. I really enjoy that. Okay, so the high culture means you need to make effort. Okay, for example, that you're the instrument, right? Piano, violin, all this. You need practice, right? Sometimes wondering why you need to practice hours and hours and just for that. Because that need to make effort. All right. Then I have to quickly. Then what's pop culture? What is pop culture?
Like the opposite.
Opposite. So means what? You don't need to
Rocky music.
Excuse me? It's easy to get into. Okay. So pop culture try to avoid making the audience work. Okay? Make it easy. It's intended to be simple, entertaining, and easy to understand, offering immediate gratification. It grabs our attention with catchy line, loud intrusive music, sensational visual effect, and all designed to bypass the mind and appeal direct to a sense of emotion. Wow, probably you all know better than it because you grew up in this age, right? Internet. Someone already playing some pop culture music now. Right. Can someone mute it for me? Oh, okay. So this is the time, the day and age we're living, right? Anytime, if I now you use earphone or whatever, I move in, I walk into your room, probably you listen some music, right? And what type of music you listen? What type of this? I always tell my youth that when you come into the church, don't wear earphone. Okay? All right. Because you come into the church to talk to people. If you still wear earphone, and then what you come to church for? Right? So yes, I will ask them to take the earphone down. No earphone. Right. And that's the change to our mind now, you see, because you bypass mind and direct into it. Okay, I can go quick. So the important point is that the decline of popular culture was not merely a result of decline of public taste. It was a direct result of change in worldview. Wow. So that's why worldview is important. Media is the message. The form of popular culture affects us just as much. Not only what is it said, but the how. Okay? So Christians must learn to analyze not only the content of pop culture, but also the art form itself, the mode of expression. Let me give you an example. Okay, if I wear short and wear sandal on the pulpit to preach, it's okay?
No,
Why?
because it's like if you wear shorts, then it's more of like if you're going to the beach or something. It's not really formal.
But I still preaching the same thing though. I still preaching the same holy words.
I guess your mouth is into it, but your heart is not into it.
Okay, you get the idea, right? So the form itself is also matter, right? It's not just message. So sometimes we got the message matter, so you can do any way to present it, but the form itself also carries some message. Okay, that's why. All right. You see, when the Old Testament time, God asked priests to wear a certain way, to do certain thing before it served. Okay, so the form itself is also the message. Okay, now you get it, right? So no matter what I preach so holiness, if I wear something not fitting, that itself is also the message. Okay, you got it. But unfortunately, our message is overwhelmed by the media now, right? So you can see many way people try to shock and all that is still to catch people, but our form also need to watch out. Is the form appropriate or not? Okay. So I just want to give you some idea, my own suggestion. What should we do about arts and entertainment? Okay, can someone still mute it for me? All right. There's a lot of noise there. Okay. Okay, so first, cultivate our taste. All right. Begin with the discipline of personal habit to say no to the words of popular culture. It has penetrated into our home, school, church, everywhere. And that's something we need to watch out. And I know this is a very, very challenge. We can all go to church, read the Bible all the time, but then when you come back to your room and say, this is my private time, I can do whatever I want, I can listen to whatever music, watch whatever movie I want to. Is that way? Or the worship, the Bible we read, would that influence what we listen, what we watch? So that's something we need to cultivate our taste. It means you need to make effort. And especially your parents, you need to help your children when they're young to cultivate this type of taste. Very often I use BC. Okay, do you know what BC stand for now? BC, we call BC and AD, right? But you know what BC stand for now?
Before Christ. Oh wait.
Before Common Era.
Before coronavirus. Okay. That's my new BC. Okay. Before the COVID, okay, BC. Before COVID, I often can go to visit members' home, right? As a pastor, I'll go to visit. But very often, I visit and the TV still on, and there's loud music still on, and they say, "Oh, hi, pastor," and start talking to me. I said, "Hello, I couldn't hear." I said, "Brother, can you turn off the TV?" You see, people already developed that as soon as you go into your room, you want to turn the TV on. or you want to turn the music on. Not even just say, hey, Alexa, oh, hi, what, Google, right? So easy. And I gotta admit, I need to change my taste too. I used like to watch TV a lot. So whenever I move, I will move to the new home. Do you know what's the first thing I need to set up?
TV.
Yeah, that's my altar. The TV gotta be up so I can know what's happening tonight for the news. Of course, that time only you can, and then others still never unpack. So I need to work on that. So finally, my wife helped me a lot on that to change that. So I don't really depend on now. We still watch TV now. Of course, that nobody watch TV now. They'll just everybody watch on gauges. But the thing is, we need to cultivate what we watch, what we listen, our taste, right? So, especially look at this verse. Jennifer, can you read this verse for us?
Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things.
Yeah, think about these things. Okay, that's in our entertainment and arts. I like this Ben Carson story. You know who is Ben Carson?
He's a surgeon.
Yeah. Okay, and he also just served in the White House before. And do you know he grew up with a single mom, and then his mom doesn't know how to read. And how come he can become a surgeon in the bad neighborhood? Because his mom was a maid to clean up people's house, and one house is a professor's house. So the mother said, wow, you can become a professor. Why? Because so many books. So she got inspired. So that day she went home. What? She saw Ben Carson and his brother watching TV. She turned the TV off and said, go to library, borrow the class book, and write a report to me. Although she doesn't know how to read. And that time they just listened to him, because that time the parents still control families. So Ben Carson listened to that and studied, read books, and so he became the surgeon. So think about that. Not that too difficult. You just need to change your taste. Right? Just maybe for us is turn off your phone, turn off your iPad. Every Christian family can make the home a place where arts and culture are nurtured. When children are surrounded by best in music, art, and literature, they grow up learning to appreciate the best. Yeah, that's something we need to do, and I'm going to encourage parents to do. I wish when I grow up I can do more, but that time my parent doesn't have this type of. But I should say they send me to church so I can learn all this music. I can read music. That's it's a great gift for church. Also can do that. All right. So second, we need to craft a biblical-based view of arts. That's what we are lacking. Think about it. If you go to art school, did everybody talk about you to do this from biblical view? Very seldom. And so I hope we can develop more lists of Christian unique culture to show to the people, hey, that's something different. All right. And also should never conceive of himself to bring into existence. Means that the C.S. Lewis says that if we are Christian, we need to create this to match the God's beauty and wisdom. And that applies to every area of life, right? If you're an engineer, if you are architecture, if you want to do our best to match, to present God's beauty, right? And arts and entertainment is the best, easier form to show that. So we need to not just say, oh, that's not good, that's not good. Don't watch that, don't watch this. We need to enjoy new good things, produce good things. If we never have a taste, I show you a very good movie, show a great good books, you're not going to read it because you don't have the taste, right? So we need to do that. So last, we need to produce Christian, not just Christian music, not just Christian movie, but a literature movie has Christian themes. So I want to invite Ian to do the sharing from Chuck Colson's book. Let me exit my. Sorry, recently my mouse says, oh, why can I move my cursor there? Hey. Okay, finally. All right, Ian.
Well, hi everyone, and I'm just going to read a little passage from the book How Now Shall We Live about classical composer Henryk Górecki. Okay, Henryk Górecki's mother died when he was 2 years old. When he grew up, he was known as a devoted Roman Catholic. He taught his students the great canon of sacred music, not merely as a historical artifact, but as a living, vital tradition. In 1993, a recording of Górecki's Symphony No. 3 became an international phenomenon. Henryk Górecki may well have been thinking of his own mother when he composed Symphony No. 3. The text sung by the soprano consists of 3 songs, the first of which is a 15th century monastic lamentation of Mary at the foot of the cross, which is basically saying Mary is weeping at the foot of the cross. Since Górecki lost his own mother at an early age, we can imagine that long before he expressed the sorrow of the human condition in his compositions, he had himself turned to the one who could assuage his grief and longing. Here is the famous recording of his symphony. I'm going to share the screen. Yeah, and this. So I'm going to share my own feelings for this music. When I listened to this song, I felt God's beauty, and I thank God for it. Only God's beauty, not worldly music, can move me so much. Górecki's music also made me long to talk closely with God. And I've been studying classical music for years, and all the time I've been wanting to find the meaning for all the time and effort I spent. Through this music, God told me that I can use my skills to play hymns and help others experience his beauty through this. Yeah. Thank you. That's all for today. And please do listen to this song. This is an amazing song.
Wow, thank you. Ian, what instrument you play?
I play the violin and I studied piano before.
Wow. Wow. So you also play violin, huh? Okay. Great. Wow. Thank you. Ian volunteered to share this. Yeah. When I prepare this lecture, we listen to that song. It's just touched me again. All right. So do I still have a slide here? Let me see. All right. Let's conclude this. Okay. So you can see the new slide, right? So
we can see the presenter view for the slide, Pastor Lonnie.
But not a slide. Oh, we need.
Yeah.
How about? What do you see now? Is it better? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Now it's good.
Now it's good.
It's good.
Okay, thank you. All right. So picture that. The best popular music on the market are composed by Christian musicians with Christian worldview, okay? The best book and all these are produced by Christian authors. What the society will be so different. So doesn't mean a stuff created by Christian is good, okay? You got to be with the Christian worldview or not. That's a matter, okay? So I really encourage young boys and young girls, youth, really ask God to give you the filled by the Holy Spirit, just like in those tabernacle time, right? Like building tabernacle, right? You want to use talent, your arts, your music, not shock and disturb people, but present the beauty of God. That the people are waiting. I'm waiting there too.
Pastor Lenny, can you change that again? It's going back to the.
the present view again. How about now?
Nope. Yes, now.
Now it's good?
Good.
Okay, thank you. Only a few slides left. Okay. So a generation's suspicion of truth claim and unconvinced by moral assertion. Beauty has a surprising allure. Okay, yeah. You know, I told you earlier before why I have more kids than originally just 2, right? Why I want to have a 4 and while homeschool. Because when I went to, I said it, so when I went to the convention, I saw it in the parking lot. And this van opened the door. I thought this is some company where they all drive these big vans. But the kids came out. Boom, boom, boom. One by one jump out. And they are so behaved and they so joyful together. They're walking together. I was caught by the beauty. So you don't need to persuade me, say, you gotta have more kids, don't have whatever. When I saw that, I said, oh, I wish I can have that. And so I have 4 kids. I wish I saw the picture earlier. Maybe I can have more, like Peace family have 6. Okay. All right. So you see the beauty had the power. All right.
我的钥匙放哪儿了？
童工mute 一下 OK. So our task is not to protest the world into a certain moral conformity, but to attract the world to the saving beauty of Christ. We do this best not by protest or political action, but by enacting a beautiful presence within the world. That's what the world is waiting. Yes, we need to shout to the world, that's not good. But the best we can do is that's change us, prepare us to make a beautiful presence within the world. So when people come into your home, when people come into our church, they will see the beauty, they will sense the difference. All right. So this is 2 questions. How, or maybe that's a piece you can help to post that on the chat.